Hello world, my name is Atticus and welcome back to the break room. Today, we explore a library. Oh look, they've gone and left it on the floor. That's not where that goes. It goes here. The books seem to be arranged alphabetically. That's one way to do that. I guess it's as good as any other way. You think it's alphabetically by author or alphabetically by title? Once again, if you happen to skip last episode, I'm speaking from the future. The voiceover for this episode has been lost just forever. It's gone. I don't know if it was any good. It was probably decent. But now we get to try again, and I'm left wondering, what am I running around for? Presumably, I'm looking for more lost books. Gotta get that Trinity. And lo and behold, it is for a library book. Fantastic, we were just looking for those. Azal Volume 3. Theon Volume 6. A classic save. Hovering on this screen for a while. I wonder what happened. That doesn't look like it goes there. It's Mava, Volume 6. That appears to be Theon, which I have, but I've not put back. Obtained Ultima G. These things can spin. And boy, do they spin a whole bunch. It's a very lackadaisical turn Sora's doing, as if he just wants to see what's in the next compartment. But that turntable is having none of it. We got an AP up. I paused too soon, I think. Still transitioning from the action back into player control. Not enough for Strike Raid, and that is a shame. But now we've got Strike Raid. We've lost Slapshot. I still don't know if it's ever even like pinged. But we keep equipping it. If I ever have a library, I want it to move like this. Salig Volume something. And that is the wrong spot for that book. We're just gonna hold on to it, I guess. What a strange library. Why do you think it operates this way? I can hear Donald, but I cannot see Donald. Another one of these incredible turntables. One of those rigged spinners that they use on like game shows with spinners. Back upstairs. More turntables. I think this one took a while. If you notice, it's landing back on the same spot. The spot just after the chest. Oh, something new. And our perseverance has paid off, rewarding us with a mithril. It's no time to be putting away books, we have treasures to get. See, how long does this one take? Kind of mesmerizing. And there it is. A mega potion. Not as worth it as the mithril, but I'll take it. Nahara is returned, and the bookcase reveals another bookcase. We finally put Theon back. It's the only one you need, well, maybe like the first book to get up here. Like, those two are the only ones you need to do. The rest are just fun, optional stuff. Books 3 and 6 are returned. We find a lovely little reading nook. Personally, I prefer this one to the one under the stairs. There's bound to be less traffic. I imagine, at least. I feel like the stairs are gonna get more people than that one corner of the library. Better natural lighting over here, but you know, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Who needs light? Jeez, my dog has come to pay me a visit. Yeah, just absolutely not deal with the treasure chest there. That's fine. This is a lengthy lift ride. It does show off several locations though, and that's pretty cool. But I do get this chest, right? Look at that. Spells having utility outside of combat. You love to see it. An Osmos G. And a triangle symbol. I imagine that's like the shape of it? I'm not positive. And here we have the long trek back. Now do I get the chest? Yes. No? Excellent. Let's see, are there any other situations in which magic gets used in this way? There's the candles in Traverse Town that you have to put out with Blizzard. There are the big candles in Olympus Coliseum you have to put out with Blizzara and Blizzaga. And I guess there's a couple of flowers in Wonderland that you need thunder. The candle is out.
Fire! Fire!
Here we have to light some candles.
Fire!
That's really good. Hollow Bastion's really killing it with the magic. The stone is etched with a thunderbolt. So I hit it.
Thunder!
Look at that. There's the bubbles you can freeze in Rising Falls in order to get chests if you forgot to grab high jump. There's these candles you've got to light. There's the chests you have to use gravity on in order to
Deep freeze!
Unfortunately, Blizzara does not work for this big candle. Yeah, there's the chest that you gotta use. Gravity on, O Mighty One, prove your strength by moving me. We did it. And a chest appeared. Most delightful.
Fire! See ya!
The targeting appears to be a little wonky, but perhaps that is simply me. Another time you have to use Trinity to advance the story. Technically, you don't have to. I'm pretty sure there's a skip with, like, Dumbo or something. Light the fires to put out the fire. It's poetic, really. O Mighty One, show me your crushing power. Excellent. What a great little set of puzzles, though. I enjoy them. Doing one last check to make sure I didn't miss anything. And it's back to the ground floor. Another emblem piece. A third emblem piece. And at last, a fourth emblem piece. Yeah, you can use Dumbo, I think, to jump higher than you're supposed to and skip this puzzle. You have to do it every time because the door doesn't unlock if you come through on the other side. You just kind of walk through the door. But it's an option.
Why? It was mine.
Know this. The heart that is strong and true shall win the Keyblade.
What? You're saying my heart's weaker than his?
For that instant it was. However, you can become stronger. You You showed no fear in stepping through the door to darkness. It held no terror for you. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
What should I do?
It's really quite simple. Open yourself to the darkness. That is all. Let your heart, your being, become darkness itself.
That was a nice stained glass ceiling. And it looks real bad for Riku. We better get up there. Fortunately, while Heartless do block our way, at least we have the Keyblade back and we stand a fighting chance.
Heal.
We got AP up again, which means we can get slap shot once more. This is a tough combat challenge. At this point, the Heartless are a fair bit tougher than anything else you've seen, but here specifically, you've got a bunch of flying Heartless, and you have to make sure you don't fall off. Like I almost did. It's not a terrible setback if you fall down, but it is sure embarrassing. Oh dear. Well, fortunately we can go grab that Trinity. We got that going for us. Every time. Forget that you have to take the bubble. Into the dungeon. I am still shocked that there is a poison condition in Kingdom Hearts. How did I miss that? They're doing a good job of shielding each other. That's one down. Two down. As soon as this one decides to be vulnerable, that will be 3 down. Decent amount of items, some health, some money. Standard fare for a Blue Trinity, really. Oh dear, Goofy is not doing well. Now that that diversion is out of the way, we can begin our ascent once more. It is a lengthy process. full to the brim with heartless of various kinds. Most of which have been previously unseen. I don't know how many times I fall down, but if I do continue to fall down, I'll skip forward anything we've already tread. Unless something particularly interesting happens. Here, I finally think to check out what the lift has in store. Need to head back down into the waterway. I remember what's about to happen. We flip this switch, we get a mithril? Some MP I don't know if we needed. If you're ever in need of one more mithril, there's one. And here we are. The room with the Trinity. I'm pretty sure I head out because I didn't realize it at the time, what with the giant floating platform. And afterwards I was just like, oh. Okay. Had I done the lift first, I would not have had to do that little sidetrack. It would have already been done. Backtracking should be reserved for the backtracking. That's what I always say. We take out this defender so we can flip that switch. And then we can continue. No. Well, that switches from upper to lower level. Gotta go check out what that means. A chest. Most excellent. And within, orichalcum. I may have stated at one point that orichalcum was a finite resource, and it turns out it's not. At some point, you could just buy it from the shop, which is what I do later. Alright, round 2. This time, probably, we won't fall off the edge. To ensure that happens, I'm strategically placing myself in a corner. We fight towards the building instead of away from it. Expert strategizing. 10 out of 10. Definitely not hiding in a corner. Oh, jeez. My dogs are walking around and their steps are rather audible. I do apologize. We've gotten that platform moving. And instead of waiting, we just glide and get that orichalcum. As well as this Haste 2G. And now we have to get back there somehow. You know, it's really just waiting for this to come back and then waiting for it to go around, so we're gonna skip ahead. Welcome back. We're here on this side of the map, casting gravity to get this chest. I bet this one has Dalmatians. It has Dalmatians! 94, 95, and 96. And for the first time, apparently, I check. We found 48 Dalmatians. That's a whole lot. And then I stare at this screen for a bit. Fun fact, unlike with the Trinities, I think, you can press the triangle button here to see how many puppies are left per world. With all that business sorted, we continue onwards and upwards. That is quite the elevator. I distinctly remember something I say later on in this section, and we'll get there. But I promise you, it was just something I knew off the top of my head. Like most of the lifts here, it's a slow elevator. Unlike the others, however, we do get ambushed in the middle of it. Goodness, I almost died there.
Heal.
How embarrassing would that have been?
Take that. Come on. This is it.
Is there a way to damage them while they're casting that lightning storm? Okay. So this is the thing that got me off on a brief tangent. It's that the elevator stopped during the fight, and I wondered, why would it do that? And then I figured maybe it passed capacity, and so to keep all of the passengers safe, it stopped. And then I wondered, what's the capacity for actual elevators? And I posited 2,200 pounds. And that felt strangely correct. So I looked it up, and if I remember correctly, it's 2,000 to 2,500 pounds. And I was then uncomfortable with the fact that I knew that. How much an elevator can carry. How many of those little certifications, the promises from the elevator checker that the elevator does in fact work, how many of those have I read? When was the last time an elevator's been checked?
Heal.
I feel like they're all usually pretty old. It's been some time since they were checked. Geez, now I'm going to check how long elevators have to go between inspections. We've received a Thundiga G here. This is such a strange lift area. It's you go up some stairs, you take a lift, you go up more stairs. Why couldn't it all have been stairs or all have been lifts? It's such a short lift too. And that was an orichalcum from that chest, by the way. I'm still trying to look up how long elevators go between inspections. I feel like the last elevator thing I read said it was inspected in 2017. But like, maybe it's not been since 2018 that I've been in an elevator. Let's see. How often should inspections be conducted? Let's start with the basics of elevator maintenance. There is a strict schedule that you must follow in order to be in compliance and maintain an elevator's permit. Remember, these are federal standards. States and cities have additional rules. Periodic inspections are required, not exceeding 1 year between them. Man lifts and equipment should be inspected every month. A specialized elevator mechanic must clean, adjust, and lubricate the components that control operation and speed. Thorough maintenance is required at least every 6 months, but if an elevator is used a lot, it may be done once a month. There's a space for like a number, but there's no number. That was a thunder ring in that chest. Inspection records should be kept for at least a year and must be reviewed by state inspectors before a new permit is issued. Mechanical inspections. There are specific rules that spell out which elevator parts and equipment should be inspected. Test electrical equipment using pressure gauges, multimeters, amp meters, or other devices. Test wiring, control boxes, electrical circuits, and operating controls. Elevator speed should be checked and the emergency telephone tested to make sure it is working. Did you think this was going to be an elevator episode? Yes, because that's going to be in the title. Did I? No. No, I did not. Ah. Our first death of the episode. Half an hour in, so that's pretty decent. But we do have... Oh, no, continue. That's right. I forgot. We're good. We're right back into action. I try so hard with the thunder. I like the idea of dealing a lot of damage to a lot of enemies, but I'm not really geared up for it. See, ooh, beyond the elevator. It's not just the elevator that needs to be inspected. It's also important to inspect elevator machine rooms. Make sure the machine room is self-closing and locking so unauthorized people cannot get in. Check that there is adequate lighting. Make sure the room is not being used for storage, which could be a fire hazard. Make sure the air conditioning is working properly. Interesting things from connectionselevator.com. I'm not saying I have any personal experience with this, but I've heard if you want to go inside of a building which perhaps you should not be in, having a clipboard and saying you're there for elevator maintenance is the way to go. And now you know a whole lot about elevator maintenance schedules, so... Oh dear, what have I done? A lawyer peering through my window is urging me to tell you that I am in no way endorsing or recommending that you go unauthorized into a building claiming to be here for its monthly inspection. The elevator of the building. Whilst carrying a clipboard. Thank you, window lawyer. I'll try not to encourage any more crimes. Granted, with like a generic Kingdom Hearts thumbnail and a title that says elevator maintenance, I can't imagine many people are gonna see this video. The dogs are back. A tip tapping across the floor. Another Osmos G, this time with the triangle pointing in the other direction. At least I think it's another Osmos G. Might have been something else we found. Once again with the aerial combat challenge. Well, not really aerial, just at risk of falling. But this time we're having none of it. Or we are. Do have to wait for them to come a bit more inland so that we can fight on more familiar territory. Another death. Only like 5 minutes after the first one. We were off to a great start. Doing a little less good now though. Worse, I believe is the comparative term. And still I try. Oh jeez, there's more now. You know, maybe there's like a subset of YouTube that are just really into elevator videos. So when they see a video titled elevator maintenance, they're gonna click on it. But then we don't get into it for like 20 minutes. So they'll probably click off relatively soon. Gotta hit him with that good elevator fact discussion. That good elevator content within the first 6 seconds. Or you will lose elevator YouTube. If you can't tell, once again, it's a little late. Not as late as it's been, but a little late. Look at that. We flattened a dragon. Oh, that's just gone. You know, later I've tried to get back up to this platform. And I guess that's why I haven't been able to do it. Tried to get up mostly because I couldn't remember if I like did the thing. It's a strange platform, surely there's something there. And apparently there is a chest, and that one switch. Within the chest, a Mega Elixir. And the switch redirects the very slow lift we encountered early on in the episode. We'll get back to that lift later. Now I have to prove something, or not. I wait for the enemies to appear and then decide, nah, we're just gonna go actually. And that's fair.
So, I see the path has emerged at last.
Yes, the keyhole to the darkness.
Unlock it, and the Heartless will overrun this world.
What do I care? The darkness holds no power over me. Rather, I will use its power to rule all worlds.
Such confidence.
Oh. Ah, impossible. The princesses of Heart are all here. It must be her.
Without her heart, she will never be able to release her power.
The king's fools are here. I'll deal with them myself. You stay here and guard the princesses.
Blue Eyes and Blue Aura. And King's Fools is a very good name for the trio, but I do believe Dan Floyd of Playframe has already used it. Before the fight, we step out and step back in so as not to watch the cutscene again. But judging from the length left on this episode, that's going to have to wait until tomorrow. Till then, I have been Atticus. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.